A word about the G20. It was originally set up in 1999 as a global finance ministers meeting. But in 2008, it became a summit at the leaders level rather than just the finance ministers level in order to try to deal with the global economic crisis. It's a bit more inclusive, with membership of China, India, Brazil, and other emerging economy countries. But there are no low-income countries included, and the only African country included is South Africa. 2010 is a critical year for the Millennium Development Goals and climate change. You probably know what the Millennium Development Goals are. They were adopted by world leaders in 2000, when there was kind of a realization that, at the turn of the millennium, while previous generations could claim that they couldn't really do anything about global poverty, this generation now, we are the first generation that actually has the resources, the technology, and the ability to end global poverty. There was sort of a realization we no longer have the excuse that it was a problem too big that we couldn't do anything about it. And so they adopted the Millennium Development Goals that committed global leaders, north and south, to achieve significant reductions in global poverty and set specific targets about things like education, climate change, the health of children and mothers, and dealing with diseases like AIDS. We initially made quite a bit of progress on many of these goals. Up until about 2008, I would say we were making fairly good progress, uneven on some issues, not so much progress, and in some regions, not so much progress, but overall, significant progress. Until we were hit by the global food crisis, the food price crisis, the impacts of climate change, and the global economic, financial, and economic crisis. And that has stalled or even reversed some of the progress that had been made up until that point. And we now have only 5 years left to achieve the Millennium Development Goals by 2015, which is the target date for achieving these goals. The G20, as it emerges as the new important global decision-making body, how can we ensure that that is more representative? Can we ensure that the African Union gets us a permanent seat at the table? In response to our campaigning, Harper has invited the President of the African Union to this upcoming G20, but it's just for this upcoming session only. We need a permanent seat for the African Union. And we need to clarify the relationship to the UN. Ban Ki-moon has been invited to this upcoming G20, but we need to formalize that relationship.